Hey, welcome back to the channel. A while back, I posted a short that had some hood lights for the 68, but I made them sequential. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. But actually, delivered. So today I'm gonna show you how I make them. I'm gonna show you the pieces that go into them, and then also how we get them into the car and make sure they're wired correctly. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so we're back at the bench, and I wanna show you the original hood light that came off of the car. So it's actually two pieces, right? So we have the housing here, right? And some of you guys may have seen this. Of course, this is on the 76 and 78s. No, more of the 78s. The 76s do have the option, but you have to just change out the hood. So with the housing, you actually have your regular bulb that fits into here, into the housing, is grounded on the actual hood itself. So it's grounded through this here, and the power is coming from the harness in the car. Now, on the front of it is where you have your lens here, okay? And mine has a little bit of gold just because of the way it was painted. I tried to take it out, but I didn't want to scuff it up too bad. So here's the lens. So it's amber, of course, and on the back of it, you know, it's just kind of the same. So here, the bulb goes into, this is connected onto the hood. It's mounted onto the hood, and then this is where your bulb goes. So being incandescent, it's okay, but I wanted something a little bit more special, something more unique for me, for my ride. So what I went ahead and did was I went out and I kind of looked and searched around to see if there was anything that was compatible with the car, 12 volts, right? Sequential, amber, and would fit hopefully into this housing here. So I looked around the internet everywhere. I really couldn't find anything except for one. So I did find these on the internet, and they are all enclosed LEDs, amber sequential lights. So when you put the power to them, as you saw before, it goes from left to right and just starts to blink this way. So if you have an LED flasher in the car, you should be okay. You're not going to get the hyper flash, but that's something that you want to make sure that you do. You want to put in that I have one here, something like this. So this is a United Pacific LED flasher. So what this does, it actually sees that there are LEDs in the car, and for the resistance of the LEDs, and it doesn't do the hyper flash on them. So this guy is, the part number is 90652, okay? And this is what you're gonna switch out in the car for your flasher if you have any type of LEDs in the car. So we'll put that aside. Now, with the installation of this guy, I mean, it would have been really great, but this guy does not fit. If it fit, man, it would have been perfect. It's just a little bit too big, as you can see, to fit in that housing. I did want to cut the original, so I went ahead and went on a program on the internet called, I think it's called Tinkercad, and I'll put a link in the description. And what I went ahead and did is I took the measurements of this guy, right? And I created my own. So after creating my own model, I sent this out to get 3D printed, and I can't believe it actually came out that great. So there's actually a few modifications I want to make to it, but it's not really that bad. So let me show you this guy. I just got these in today. So here you go. So the model that I created is pretty exact. I mean, if you take a look at this, you know, it fits perfectly. All of the holes match up, everything. The size, everything is good. The actual angle of the bracket is good, as well as the size for the holes for the nuts to go on. Now, the only difference on this guy is this one, of course, is made for the incandescent light, and this one here is for this guy here. So I already went ahead and put one together, and let me show you that guy. So here's the one that I already put together. It has the LED strip in there inside already. On the back of these LED strips is a 3M sticky tape. So the good part about it is that, once you get them in, you can push down on it, push it all the way to the top, and it fits perfectly in here. It's just so great. So after having this to replace the original housing with the same size to go into the car, now the lens on the front will fit on the front here. All of the holes match up. And there we go. So once we have this in place, we'll get it in the car. And the only other thing I can think of is someone on the forums that I'm in, was kind of introducing this into the forums, and they were telling me, hey, is it going to be, blinding me at night? And what we can do is diffuse this. So I'm going to probably go out and look and see if I can find some acrylic to put over this here, so that way it's not as bright, or it's actually just diffused. So, I mean, I don't mind it being too bright. I really don't drive my car during the day. I mean, at night. So we'll see how that goes. But let's go ahead and get this in the car and I'll check it out. All right. So I kind of got the best angle I could, and let's go ahead and get this guy installed. So the tools that we're going to need for this guy is going to be your socket wrench and a 3/8 socket. Now I already have the old one taken off already. It's going to go in here. So basically we're going to have to just reverse this for the extraction. So let's get the new one on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the first one back in. Here's a little fastener we want to go ahead and make sure it's on. There we go. Okay, there's one. I'm gonna leave this middle one last, because this is where I want to ground it to. I'll put the other ones in. Now there's quite a bit of extra wire here. I'll clean this up. I'll probably zip tie it here nice and neat. But for the meantime, I just want to get this installed. So this is the positive terminal on the light, the incandescent. So what we want to do is we want to take this guy here. I'm going to slip it through. It's probably not the best way, but the way I'm going to do it for now. I'll come back and have a plug and play. I'm going to put this is a 1156 bulb here because it's a single. and twist it around that guy, just so that we can get a positive on that air. There we go. Push that in there. And then this guy is our negative. So what I want to do here is put that guy on here, put the bolts on so we can ground it. All right, so there's a housing that I created with it in there. I went ahead and had to zip tie it because the box doesn't have threads. You know, honestly, I'm not that great of a 3D printer or modeler, so that's what we had to go with. So the nuts actually connected over here with the housing in the front there. And then we have, again, we have positive going into the housing for the old bulb, and then the grounding is gonna ground to the to the hood. So let's go ahead and turn this guy on and see how it goes. One thing about these cars is you have to have them on to be able to get the blinker on. Okay, gentlemen, let's get this guy started. Good. All right, so up here, we got the hood, and let's check it out. Nice. So I got a little bit of a hyper flash going on right now. I'm gonna get that LED flasher in, and should fix that problem. It'll go a lot slower the way it was meant to be. So these sequentials are gonna be version 1. I'm gonna come out with a version 2. Again, it's gonna be plug and play to be able to hook into that socket and to be able to ground a little bit better. So that way you don't have to worry about that stuff. Now, if you want to pair the sequentials, go ahead and take a look at the store that I have. It's gonna be down in the description. You can go ahead and check that out. They're also gonna be available on eBay. So I'll put the link on eBay as well in the description so you can check that out too. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you in the next one.